Recession. What does this mean for Stellar XLM? Are we actually technically in a recession, or at least is the US technically in a recession? If it's had 2 quarters that have been negative for their gross domestic product, the GDP, that should technically mean recession, right? But let me just say this. If the markets or the economy itself is actually in a recession, then there shouldn't be any growth for jobs, right? This is at least Janet Yellowstone's argument, the US secretary, right? So she's saying that, well, you know, we can't be in a recession because actually, in fact, our economy's grown because we've had 400k jobs in the last 6 months. But then when you look on Twitter, you'll see that, or if you don't know, check out Peter Schiff. He's a big gold buff. He likes to chime in on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. His opinion is valid, and in this case, his opinion is extremely valid. So, really, Peter Schiff talks about the Secretary Janet Yellowstone admitting the US is in a recession, or not admitting that. She doesn't want to admit that. And so Peter Schiff chimes in and says, well, look, even if the economy has had another 400k jobs, you know, this could actually just be people taking second and third jobs because they're really struggling to afford anything with the rate of inflation. And that could actually be a fact. So it doesn't necessarily mean that people are coming out of unemployment. You know, that could just mean that they're actually having to take more jobs on, and that's very commonplace in the US. So really, we got to think: is the US actually already in a recession? And if they aren't, what are they going to do? What's likely to happen is they're probably going to start the printers rolling again. We've already had the ECB stating that they are going to use their tools to beat inflation, and I say beat inflation or interest rates to keep them down, and they've already had to bring them up, and that was a case of them. It is a case of them turning on the printer machines, and we know that that's what they're going to do, because if you see my previous videos on the ECB, they've certainly suggested that. And you've only got to look at YouTubers like Gregory Mannarino. I've been following him for a while now. You might want to give him a follow and see what he's saying about the economy, how we're going to beat the economy, how we're going to beat the markets, more to the point, because the economy is on its arse and the markets, you know, they're down. But look, straying from the point here, are we in a recession? Is the US in a recession? Because that will ultimately affect us. If the US catches a cold, us here over in the UK will also catch a cold. And you see what's going on in China at the moment, you know, with banks not allowing their people to have their money. They're literally rolling out the tanks. I mean, these are prime signs of a recession, not just in the US, but around the world. An international recession, because things have got way out of hand with inflation. Things have got way out of hand with interest rates being so low for so long. Nothing was done in time to stop this crazy effect. So what could we expect from this? We could expect higher interest rates. We could expect increased inflation, and just a total and utter obliteration of any sort of solid financial system that you can depend on. And that means really, most likely, a deep, dark depression, coupled with global warming and just everything really all in one, impacting our lives. So how can this affect Stellar? Is it going to affect Stellar? Because Stellar XLM, the cryptocurrency, is already down 91% on average, approximately. And you know, could it actually go any lower? Technically speaking, it hasn't done so before, but it could, because fundamentally the impact of everything happening at the moment, that could happen. If the Dow Jones, the stock market in the US, drops below its previous swing high, then we could see even lower prices for Stellar XLM, down probably another 90%, 50%, taking us down to around 5 cents or so. There is a strong possibility that could happen. Will it happen? It's a matter of time. There is a possibility. I'm on the fence here with this one. I'm 50-50. I mean, if personally, what I'm doing, for me, I'm in cash and I'm also in crypto. But if a dip did come, I would welcome it, and I would certainly be buying that dip. I'm not saying that you should. I'm not a financial advisor, but consider what I'm saying. Do your own research. You might want to look at some, you know, technical indicators to help you determine that. You might want to follow some other YouTubers like Blockchain Bracker. I did his course, and it's pretty good. He's been pretty accurate. You know, gives you a good insight as to where we're going, where we could go technically, and you know, you could do your own analysis to determine where you feel comfortable about where you want to make an entry into the crypto market, if that's in case and what you want to do. Indeed. So anyway, yeah, we're looking at a recession and how it's impacting us internationally, and are we in a recession? With the figures being so low for so long, for over 6 months, I think that it's fair to say that we are in a recession. Whether the US government want to own up to that is an entirely different story. Anyway, now you guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash the Zioncoin up there. If you want to see more content like this, check out the next video right here, I think. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day now.